The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
It's Stone Go Seminole. Jeremy Fultz, Cheho Jifkados. Kind of gazuppy out there today, isn't it?
Hört Gazy. Du is.
Well, Monday in Haletter, in Hayetki, Hadi Alaget, Ogede Oslahan Ojidos. But Mojanita Hadamnita, he doesn't pop a hole. Yeah. So, my name is Jeremy Fultz, and it is 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning right here on the lovely and beautiful Seminole Nation Reservation.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting next to me today, Unhissy, my co-worker, my language teacher, the overall Varna basketball extraordinaire, by-class all-star, Mr. Delaney Pennock. Hello for coming today. So it's cool day today. It's nice day. A little chilly, warming up. Dennis, I heard rumblings that Friday is supposed to be about 90 degrees. Golly. That's a big temperature swing. That's Oklahoma for you.
So that means it's going to be some scary weather.
Oh, yeah, there's supposed to be some scary weather Thursday and over the weekend, I heard. So, summer in Oklahoma, spring, late spring and summer in Oklahoma. Well, what else we got going on, Delaney? Did you do anything fun over the weekend?
No.
No.
I didn't.
You know, I actually had a weekend where I could relax a little bit. I was actually home. Well, I say that. I had to work the banquet on Saturday. Well, you did too. You was there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
And then Sunday, we took, kind of took the day off. And, well, I thought I took the day off and went down. And, you know, spring opening up, that means some of our ceremonial grounds are starting to become active again. And so that's where I was this on Sunday. And Monday back here at work, so I really didn't have a weekend, I guess.
Flew by.
I know, and then this weekend, my Hookie's having a birthday. Tomorrow's her birthday. Wait, what's today? The 2nd? Yeah, tomorrow's her birthday. Then my aunt's birthday's this weekend. My grandma on my Hutke side, her birthday's today. So, there's a lot of birthdays going on, too.
Another weekend already planned.
I know. And so this weekend, the 4th and 8th Sundays, so this weekend is going to be May the 7th. It's already May the 7th, Delaney. And so churches having their church services, Butler Creek, Cedar Creek, Eufaula, Grave Creek, Greenleaf, Hitchity, New Yucca, Randall Mission, Sand Creek, Tallahassee, Tlawathley, Tukbafka, Tegabuchi, Tuskegee, Wewoka Indian Baptist, and those churches are scheduled to have their church meetings either fourth. I'm assuming this would be a fourth Sunday, but if your church is not listed or you haven't heard your church's name announced over the radio for a church meeting, the Choga de Lummi, which is the official publication of the Seminole Nation, is adding church meeting service dates to the publication. And so if you're a member of Muskogee Seminole Church and you don't hear your church listed or see it in the paper as having a church meeting, email seminolemedia@gmail.com and let the communications department know the name of your church and when your next fourth or eighth Sunday church meeting is, and they will get it in there, they said. And so just email seminolemedia@gmail.com. So some good churches out there, some good Hombada out there as well. Anything to add? Did I miss anything?
I think you covered them all.
All right, good deal. I like that. Tuesday, and so it's testing week for my hooktie this week. She's in the 7th grade, and I think last week when Dana Factor was on talking about higher ed, I was talking how my hooktie, she's getting stressed out, and I was like, "Why are you getting stressed out about testing?" She's like, "Well, if I do bad, it's going to be on my permanent record." I was like, "Oh, I think I failed as a parent." I was like, surely I don't put that much stress on my kid to do well at tests. And so this morning I took her and got breakfast, and I was like, okay, just do your best, do the best you can. And she said, "Dad, it's math, and I don't do good at math." I was like, well, you don't know what you don't know, so just do the best you can. And those, when I thought about it, I was like, that's just some good overall words of advice. You don't know what you don't know, so just do the best you can.
Go in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Try your best.
Go in there. If you fail, you'll be back in the 7th grade.
You don't know.
You don't know what you don't know, but maybe you learn it next year.
I remember those days, testing days. It was a lot of pressure, but now that I look back at it, wasn't that big of a deal.
So my hooktie, she kind of made me laugh a little bit because she said, "Well, I do really good in English. I can read." I was like, "I'm glad you can read." And she likes reading. She likes reading. She likes, she's been reading since she was little. And reading was the first test. And I was like, "Oh, how'd you do?" She said, "Oh, I did good. I didn't read none of it, but I did really good." I was like, "What do you mean you didn't read none of it?" "Well, I just skipped to the questions first, and then I went to the reading part.
Find the answers.
Found the answers."
That's the way.
I was like, "At least just read. Just this is the one that you could shine out on, and here you are just skipping some steps."
That's what testing is.
I didn't tell her I did the same thing too. So,
Exactly.
so, all right. And then every week we do talk about the ones that have started their journey, and this week we still want to take a moment of silence. A tragedy happened on our brothers and sisters reservations to the east of us on the Creek Nation reservation. There is 7, I believe, that was found that their life had been ended earlier than what it should have been. And so we want to just remember them in y'all's thoughts and your prayers. And, there's been a lot of that going on, and we just want to make sure that people check in on one another, make sure everyone's doing good and being safe. And a lot of families are missing loved ones, and we just want to remember those families and the members of the community in your thoughts and your prayers. And at this time, we are going to go ahead and pause for a moment of silence. Okay, Mado. And so the Facebook page put out a list yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it yesterday, Delaney, or not, but there is a number of ARPA checks that have been returned as mail undeliverable. And if you're on the list, you may call the ARPA team to update your address. The hours to call are from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., Monday through Wednesday. And that phone number is 405-561-2261. The names for the $700 return checks are Camden Clark, Landon Faxon, Jason Mitchell, Marcia Howell, Nate Talley, Shaylin Nell, William Amatrone, Adriana Applin, David Strickland, Marcus Long, Terrell Owens, Jacqueline Harjo. And then there's also some still on the $2,000 checks that have been returned as undeliverable. Tanner Tadlock and Travis Choice. So If you hear your name called, make sure you give them a phone call to the ARPA team Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, that's going to be 405-561-2261. All right.
All right, we got some news from the diabetes program. They're still doing their events at Chair Aerobics, which is Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m., and that's at Bridge in Seminole. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're doing chair aerobics and Tai Chi classes at New Life Church in Wewoka, and those all start at 10 a.m. So don't miss out on those. Get your fitness on.
Yeah, so they do also after those classes, if on Mondays and Wednesdays, if you're here at Chair Aerobics at the Bridge in Seminole, then they hold Brown Bag Fitness at the Jafigny Wellness Center around noon. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you're at Chair Aerobics or Tai Chi at New Life Church in Wewoka, they do Brown Bag Fitness on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Senior Citizens Building in the exercise room around 12:15. And so if you want to get enrolled for any of those classes, you can contact Jerome Harrison, 405-584-7923. And then also the family fitness events are going on currently right now every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that started back on April the 11th and is going to go through, what 6? Is that June?
May, June. Yeah.
Yeah, June 29th. And those happen every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:45 p.m. and they go for an hour. In the month of April, they were at the Varnum Housing Edition, but now since it's May 2nd today, isn't it?
Yep.
May 2nd today, it starts in Earlsboro, the Housing Edition. Mm-hmm. So in May, Earlsboro.
Egan Dutchka?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know that one.
Not sure.
Yep, and so the adults bring your kids 5 years old and older to play and do activities while you get a workout in. To register, you can contact our friend Kyla Harjo at 405-584-7941.
All right, they're also putting on a 5K 1 mile walk, Star Wars style. May the 5K be with you. And that's location, Miccosukee Mission. Okay, when's it start? Registration at 7 a.m.
1 mile at 8, 5K at 8:15.
Get first 100 people to register. Yep. Get her a T-shirt. You can't beat that.
You know, it doesn't say anything, but the theme I think implies a lot here.
Yeah.
Because I want to see people out there in their Yoda costume,
dress up, yeah.
their Darth Vader costume. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I think that's what they want you to do.
Yeah, so. Star Wars. It's the Star Wars theme, right? So Josiah, you can come in your Princess Leia outfit and go do the 5K run. I think that'll be a good one. Come in your, what's the other one? The Mandalorian. You could be the Mandalorian, Yoda, Baby Yoda, Old Wise Yoda.
That'd be cool.
Yep. So come on out May 20th. I might even dress up as something that day and come out there. So I think that'll be a good one. May 20th. Get your Star Wars on. And then coming up, Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, 13th Annual Senior Games. Friday, May 26th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Seminole First Baptist Church at 420 Reed Street in Seminole, Oklahoma. The Ajulagi Pride Preventing and Reducing Indian Diabetes Everyday program. And so these are the elder games. Lunch will be provided. Some of the events will be the fun walk, dart throw, horseshoes, softball throw, jacks, bing bat toss, washer toss, ladder toss, exercise bingo, and there's prizes for winners and other games and activities. Who are some of the early favorites? Who you think some of the early favorites are for that?
I think of Joe Coon every time I.
Joe Coon, Leo Maupin Sr. He was out there doing a good job. Who else did we see out there?
There's a lot.
Paul Fixico was a good one.
He was out there.
Yeah. Who else was there? I don't know, but some of you elders, you know, Y'all all talk about the some of the basketball games you played in, some of the softball games y'all played in. This be a good time to come on out and show out a little bit and
still got it.
reminisce a little bit. So come on out again. That's going to be Friday, May 26th. And I might have to go out there see what kind of lunch they got provided that day, because they usually have a pretty good lunch.
Yeah.
You want me to do that one? The communications one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the communications one. So if you know anyone who has a birthday, now I think we're shooting for June, right, Joe? It's because the May newspaper is already completed. And so if you know anyone who has a birthday for the month of June and you want to have them featured in the upcoming June edition of the Choga the Lummy, please email the communications staff. And if you know a loved one that you would want to include in the June issue of the Choga the Lummy in a remembrance page, please email them as well. You can email seminolemedia@gmail.com. And the deadline to submit those shout-outs and remembrance obituary links is usually around the third Friday of the month. So we're probably talking May. Do you have a deadline yet, Joe? May 19th. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
That's third Friday of the month. So make sure you get those in by May 19th. And then also, if you have a story you'd like to tell, have an interesting story or an accomplishment or local tribal business shout out for the Choga the Lummy or the Seminole Nation Radio, you can email the staff at seminolemedia@gmail.com as well for consideration. In the next spotlight, you might end up sitting in the co-host chair talking about your business and even have an interview on the radio. And so, yeah, that's some good information there.
All right. Communications are also looking for graduating Seminole tribal members to give them a shout out for Choga the Lummy.
Well, that deadline was last week.
That's right. I sent in my niece's name. My bad.
He's just trying to wrap it up, I guess.
My bad.
So, but we do want to follow up on the Seminole Nation Adult Ed Higher Ed program. Like we mentioned last week, Dana Factor was here in the studio talking about her adult ed program, and you can be the next GED success story Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to noon and also 1 to 4. And if you want to get your GED, this is open to the public. And so, again, that's Mondays and Wednesdays. The location is 630 North Main Street in Seminole. However, if you just go next door to the Pink Laundry, that's where you'll find them at. And the GED classes, all GED class materials is provided at no charge, open to the public. And the GED test for Seminole Nation tribal members will be paid for, but all others will need to pay for their own tests. And so, again, the Seminole Nation Adult Ed program at 630 North Main Street. The phone number over there is 405-241-6801. Pretty good.
Hello.
All right. And Dennis, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you happen to have any real good thought-provoking music? Anything that I might be able to, let's say, talk about a interesting historical fact of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma? I think that'll work. Delaney?
Yes.
Did you know a French explorer by the name of André Fabre de la Brégie was an expedition to Santa Fe, New Mexico in the 1740s. Along his journey, he set up a fort in Seminole County along the Little River, establishing Fort Fabre. That was later abandoned. Another fort was also set up in Hughes County along the Little River by the name of Fort Holmes, commonly known as Old Camp Holmes, as a military outpost built in 1834. A mile down the river was the Edwards Trading Post, built in 1835, where many Creeks and Seminoles traded furs and other items in Indian Territory. Did you know that?
Gisla Gotti.
I hope I said them names right, because
Sounded authentic.
they did sound authentic. So, and again, that little historic preservation fact brought to you by cultural specialist Jake Tiger of the Historic Preservation Office, and we like to say, Muddo Jake, for that information, teaching the people here on the Seminole Nation Res a little bit about the Seminoles.
Every Tuesday.
And the land. Yep. Every Tuesday, right here on KWSH, 97.7 FM.
All right.
1260 a.m.
1260 a.m.
And also, just make sure you go check out their Facebook page, the Seminole Nation Historic Preservation, as they also give out tips and other items that's going on within their department.
All right, there's some news from Housing Authority. We have a young artist out here that won the contest.
We do have a young artist out there.
Pretty good work.
Yeah.
So Erica Williams was giving a shout out to her son, Jeremiah Harjo. He won their art contest for the Southern Plains Indian Housing Association, where he received first place for ages K through 3rd. And the category was bus safety. So Heathly Mahi.
Boy, he won some Doknawa too.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So good job, Jeremiah. Great job. The picture was really well done. A good bus picture, and yeah, we look forward to seeing some more. Well, he's wearing a nice jacket too.
Yeah.
Man,
Borrow that.
I know.
Borrow that.
Don't let Delaney borrow that jacket though, because you might not get it back. All right, so ICW, foster parents are needed. Contact Elizabeth Bible at 405-601-5147, the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Indian Child Welfare Program. You can make a difference in a child's life. You might, Delaney, ask me this question. Who can apply to be a foster parent?
Who can apply to be a foster parent?
You know, Delaney, I'm glad you asked that question. You must be 21 years of age, must have your own home, rent or own, just you have a home, must have income to meet your own financial needs, must be in good health, must have sufficient space and beds, and must be able to pass an FBI and OSBI fingerprint background check, and must not have a prior child welfare history. So persons who are Seminole tribal members, citizens, and reside in Oklahoma, or persons who are tribal members of a federally recognized tribe and reside in Seminole County may apply to be a foster home. The Seminole Nation maintains a tribal state foster care agreement with Oklahoma DHS. With this agreement, ICW approves foster homes, and our approved homes receive reimbursements for the child's care in the form of a monthly compensation, and it all depends on the child's age. So if you're interested in being a foster parent, Delaney asked me, what number can they call?
What number can they call?
I'm glad you asked that interesting question again. That phone number, 405-601-5147. Mado. Delaney, thanks for all your interest.
I was curious there.
Yeah, good job.
Ojitskidos.
And then also, I know we mentioned this before, but just to bring it back up, Light Horse has a new phone number, 405-652-7358, in case you have emergencies. Please call 911. Please call this number when you have any kind of issues where you need a Light Horse officer. Please do not call the officer directly. This helps keep up with the dispatch of calls. Again, that phone number. Delaney, ask me that question again.
What number can they call?
They can call 405-652-7358. Man, Delaney is on it today.
Yeah.
Good, doing great over there, man. That's Somebody.
All right, we got some news from the transit program. What do they got? If you're needing a ride, dispatch office, you can call 405-294-3674. Public fares $1. Can't beat that. Operation hours, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 6 p.m.
You know, I tried to get a transit ride over here to the radio show, but Joe just left before we could even leave the office today. I ran out and I just saw dust.
He wouldn't be very good at it.
I'm glad we got some trained drivers over there in transit.
Or he might be too good. I don't know.
So, yeah, if you're looking for a ride, make sure you give him a phone call. I think the first time we started talking about transit, they said, we can't take you to the casino, but we can take you get groceries and anywhere else you want to go. Yeah. So definitely take advantage of it. They work hard over there. Again, that phone number, 405-294-3674 or 405-584-2841. And then tribal enrollment, the CDIB office and enrollment offices is still working by appointment only until further notice. The number to call to make appointments, 405-257-7242. And then for CDIB, 405-257-7243. And then let's talk about the wildlife parks and recreations, because I saw a big announcement come out of there regarding the sports camps.
All right. So sports summer camps are just around the corner. You can sign up your little ones, brought to you by the Wildlife Park and Recreation. Info on the flyer for inquiries. Okay, let me go scroll down a little bit here.
You can download an application from the Seminole Nation website, which is SNO-NSN.gov. And then there's some dates already mentioned here. So you remember the football camp that we covered a couple years ago, Delaney?
Yes, I couldn't forget it.
So OU great Jamel Holloway was out there hosting a sports camp for kids that was interested in playing football. And this was I think communications was kind of running low because we was out there doing like a video montage, helping out. And Delaney got to interview the great Jamel Holloway. Delaney, you want to enlighten our listening audience about what happened?
No.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I know you will.
So Delaney starts the interview. He says, "I'm here with Sooner great Jamel Galloway." No, it wasn't even Jamel.
Well, I had the first name right.
Jamel
you
Galloway.
told me the second name was right, so you wanted me to say that.
Jamel Galloway.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
And Jamel just looked at the lady and goes, it's Jamel Holloway. Just nice as could be.
I appreciate that for him not jumping on me because of that.
Oh, I'll never forget that. The day that happened. So football camps June 6th. Basketball camp June 7th. Volleyball camp June 19th. Cheer camp June 20th. Softball camp June 12th. Baseball camp June 13th. Soccer camp June 15th. And so the camp times vary, but if you have any questions, make sure you give our Wildlife Parks and Recs a call. That's the phone number over there is 405-666-0620. Again, that's 405-666-0620. And then also, if you're looking for a job, make sure you look for a Seminole Nation job. You can go to the Careers tab on the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma website. Child care, diabetes, domestic violence, enrollment, environmental health, executive office, food distribution, Head Start, judgment fund, maintenance, OAP, procurement, transit, transportation, tribal court, vehicle maintenance, wildlife parks and recreations, all looking for people to join their departments. And then also the Seminole Nation.casino is looking as well for gaming techs, Title 31 BSA compliance coordinators, security officers, bankers, a lot of jobs over there at the casino. And then SINDOC is looking for an operations manager, Seminole Nation Services. So make sure you go to sindoc.applicantpro.com/jobs. Head Start's looking for some cooks and some teachers. And then the Housing Authority has an open position for housing inspectors, maintenance B, environmental tech, rental coordinator. I think that's it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
You want to get some birthdays real quick?
All right. Let's start off with Hannah Ashford, Chris Jones, Danielle Harjo, Crystal Wynn, Hochef Hogo Jitska,
Mox.
Shinahongi.
Oh. Mika Fultz.
All right.
Nelly Roberts. Is that it?
Mud Eagles.
I was wondering why you was asking. I thought we had like 20 more to go.
Mud Eagles. Yeah.
So just a quick shout out to my little baby girl, Mika, happy birthday, and then my auntie, Nelly Roberts. Mado, we do have some.
We also have a shout out to Olivia Harjo. Is that Little Miss?
Little Miss,
yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, they did some good jobs over at Gathering the Nations too. I think they just got back.
Yeah.
And so also the TBs and then also Newsome's.
They were all out.
That is all out there. So good job to the Princess Committee and the princesses for going out west and representing the tribe very well. We also want to let you know of a fundraiser going on to help Miko get to D.C. Indian Taco Bake Sale Silent Auction. That's going on May 13th in the city, and those flyers are up on the Facebook page. And then also Oscar the Amazing has the Majestic Championship Wrestling getting ready to take place on May 19th, I believe, in Holdenville. And so I believe Oscar's going to be on the show next week.
Cool.
But then I think that's it. So you can catch the rebroadcast of this radio show on the Facebook page, YouTube, and travel website, sno-nsn.gov for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma every Wednesday around 8 p.m. If you have news or announcements you want to share on the community and events Facebook page, please email the communications staff at seminolemedia@gmail.com or call 405-652-7251. And as always, tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. right here on KWSH 97.7 FM or the legendary 1260 a.m. for radio producer Josiah Bender, engineer Dennis Burton. I'm Jeremy Fultz.